Shalom. I want to start off by giving all praises, honors, and glories to Yahweh Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rachakwadash. Forgive me the spirit to do the lesson on today. Lord willing to feed you lamb and sheep of Yahweh Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rachakwadash. I want to give double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who taught us this 100% truth according to the spirits that be Yahweh Bahashim, Yahweh Shai. Peace and blessing to the hopeful elect after portion his word through the four corners of the earth in sincerity. And peace and blessing to your hopeful believers out there, which are also a part of the elect. To y'all say shalom. And once again, I want to say call Lord Yahweh Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Rachakwadash. Forgive me the spirit, the Harachakwadash, to do this lesson on today. Lord, and to feed you lamb and sheep of Yahweh Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, man. Now I got a video, I want to go on to through the power spirit of Yahweh Bahashim, Yahweh Shai. And, we just had to sit down yesterday. The younger brothers, I'm the brother Warga, James Dallas, younger bro, we had to sit down. The priest, younger brother Gabar was going into, don't forget remember your focus on your, I can't think of the title. Dang. Don't forget your why. Don't forget your why. I think that's what it is. Don't lose sight of your why. That's what it is. Don't lose sight of your why, which was going into being single and focused upon that reward. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what Yahweh Shai did. That's what Yahweh Shai did to get through the sufferings and things like that. He stayed focused on that reward. You know what I'm saying? He didn't lose the reason why he was doing it. As scripture say, you should be persuaded in your own way. Every brother's got their own, of course, the umbrella reason is to receive salvation, but they got their own individual reason. They probably, brothers can't wait to have rest, whatever it could be. Every brother, Yahweh Shai, when he appears, and Lord will be a part of the number, when he appears, the elect, when they see him, man, they're going to be excited because this is going to be the beginning of receiving that thing that persuaded you to fight and keep going. Now, that's another video, but I wanted to go into, with that comes with the suffering, and we got to be in the spirit of embracing the suffering. We got to embrace the suffering because the scriptures tell us how important that suffering is. You know what I'm saying? How important is it? Because without that suffering, right? Without the suffering, without the chastening, without none of those things, we wouldn't be able to be molded to be those heirs fit for salvation, let alone fit for rulership. But those sufferings, you know what I'm saying? We got to embrace them because we got to understand these sufferings bring forth the benefit out of us to be pleasing to the eyes of Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai. As a matter of fact, let me get this. This is Ecclesiastes chapter 2, verse 5. I'm going to get to the point. It says 5. It says, for gold is tried in the fire, and acceptable men in the furnace of adversity. So we understand the furnace of adversity, these sufferings. You know what I'm saying? And don't get it twisted. You know what I'm saying? Every brother that's serving Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai, the heat has been turned up on our sufferings. And we could feel it. You could see it. You could feel it. But at the same time, what's happening? The heat's been turned up, but at the same time, the things playing out in the world have been turned up. Why? Because we're finna soon receive salvation. So the Lord turned up the heat to what? So he could get that refurbished, furnished, purest form of gold. Men of the nation of Israel. The elect of the nation of Israel. That's why it says, for gold is tried in the fire, just like what? A man in the furnace of adversity. When gold is tried in the fire, that's those men that the Lord has allotted to receive salvation. They're being tried in the fire. And we feel that fire turning up. And a lot of things, you know what I'm saying? A lot of times, being in the flesh, you'll run, You'll try to find a vice. Which, when you're serving Yahweh, your vice should be these scriptures, really. That's what should be your vice. Your vice should be these scriptures. These things should comfort you and exhort you to keep fighting. The vice should be the brotherhood, not no Esau's tangible things. You know what I'm saying? But nevertheless, as the heat's turning up and those things and the suffering is happening, We gotta start being in a mindset of embracing it. You know what I'm saying? And instead of looking at it like, fuck, man, I'm getting fucked up. Yeah, you're getting fucked up, but don't look at it as in the sense of, damn, I'm getting fucked up. Look at it as in the sense that this is needed for me to get to that level that's going to be pleasing to the eye of Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai. Whatever your walk is, you got to think about it. You know what I'm saying? Like the elder Yashawamba said, he has said, and the brother Gabar said last night, everybody has their thorn in the flesh, their femur bone, their thigh bone, which is the femur bone, pushed out of socket. They got their own little thing, but you got to fight that. You got to fight that. You got to fight through that. Because that femur bone being popped out of socket, being pushed out, which is in symbolic for this suffering, that's going to weed out the wood. Because the difference between wood, gold, and silver, wood is not going to be able to sustain the heat of being turned up. It's going to be eventually gone. It's going to be destroyed. It's going to wither away. You don't want to be that one that withered away. You want to be that one that's still standing when he looks back at it and he sees his reflection. So we got to be in the spirit of embracing the suffering. Because Yahweh Shai embraced the suffering, So I'm going to get a couple of scriptures low on the edified, which is really the same chapter, but I'm going to start off with different. This is Hebrews chapter 2, verse 10. It says, for it became him for whom are all things, which is talking about the word of God, which is Yahweh Shai, which he comes in the volume of the book, So it says, for it became him for whom are all things, and by whom of all things, and bringing many sons unto glory, right? Due to his sacrifice, says to make the captain of the salvation perfect through the suffering. So the sufferings, what? Led to Yahweh Shai being complete. So we got to look at these sufferings as this is a necessity to bring forth my complete form, my perfect form in the eyes of Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai. And perfect just means complete. Because that's going to lead to you getting to the next step, which was after we get through this persecution and all this fire, the next step is what? The decorating. After you after you melt the gold and do all that thing, the next step is not necessarily decorating, but the next step after you do that, after the fire is all on it, you know what I'm saying? After you get through the surface, the next thing is the molding of the new shape of that gold to be useful to that person who melted it down. So we in that fire, we're finna, you know what I'm saying? And it's going to be turned up because this is nothing. Our day-to-day lives is nothing. We still got the persecution, man. We got a lot to go through before we receive salvation. And Lord, we those men, the MOTB, as Paul has said, man, you haven't resisted unto death yet. We haven't been in those situations yet. And those times are coming, right? So, and nevertheless, this is all, at the end of the day, it's all to build up your faith. Because, I made a video some time ago, Father knows best, and how, like Scripture say, all things work good to those that serve Yahweh Shai, who's called according to his purpose. Romans 8 says that. So, I think it's 8:28. So, you got to think about Father knows best. So, this is going to show your faith. Praying for brothers, asking the Lord to strengthen your mind, allow you to be able to endure the sufferings that he's putting on your plate. You trusting that the Lord is going to, everything he's putting upon you is for your benefit. You know what I'm saying? Not forsaking him because it's getting too hard. What it says in Isaiah, I think 55:11, man, cast thy burdens upon the Lord. That goes into having faith. The Lord is building that faith muscle up, man. And he's turning it up because we grew. And the thing is, if you can't elevate, you're going to get left behind. But like it says, the captain, but Yahweh Shai had to do that. He embraced the suffering because he understood that this suffering, right, is going to be essential to his walk. It's a necessity of the walk. Without the suffering, we won't be able to make it complete. We wouldn't be able to purge out those nigga ways. Think about that. When we cleanse to the Lord, because you have two forms of suffering, which at the end of the day, they are really under the umbrella of the Lord chastening you, But it's a different way of chastening. He could be chastening you Really, at the end of the day, all the chastening is for growth. If you part of his elect, the chastening is for growth. Lose a woman, lose kids, lose your house, lose your job. You're broke right now. Whatever. Whatever it could be. You got your car, got a car wreck, now your car on. Do it hit you, boss me in the dick, whatever. These things are essential for the elect walk so they could bring forth that purest form of gold. So we got to be in the mindset of his embrace. Because when you go with the mindset of, instead of going with the mindset, woe is me, come with the mindset, call law, the water, Yahweh, my shy for counting me worthy to be able to suffer with thee. You know what I'm saying? The disciples did that. They was glad to be counted worthy to be able to suffer for the Lord. Suffer for his name's sake. Because we're not suffering in vain. We're suffering for his name's sake. What did Yahweh say about those that suffer for his name's sake? I forgot. I can't think of the scripture, but let me see if I can find it. Let me see. Because there's many ones. Dang, bro. There's really a good one. Let me see what this act say. Okay, no, it's Matthew 19. There we go. Matthew 19. I couldn't think. Listen to what Yahweh Shai said. This is what Yahweh Shai said. Because he didn't say suffer. He said forsaken for my name's sake. But you forsaking those things is a form of you suffering. This is Matthew 19 and verse, I'm going to get to point, verse 29. But to give you intel on it, this is the top disciple, Peter, asking Yahweh Shai, what shall we receive for, putting all these things on the back burner and putting this ministry as the priority of our lives, right? So this is Matthew 19:29. It says, and everyone that have forsaken houses or brethren or sisters or father or mother or wife or children or lands for my name's sake, right, shall receive 100-fold and shall inherit everlasting life. So you got to think about it. When these sufferings hit you, you got to think, man, call lawyer, how was my Shai for counting me worthy to be able to suffer for thy name's sake? You gotta lose your job, you gotta lose those things. You're forsaking those things, but the Lord said, if you're doing it my name's sake, you want to get it back far more than you had it before. And then we already know there's a lot of stuff we had. It's not even ours. We don't have it. Esau can easily take your woman's a whisper away from Satan. Get like you don't have it, nothing here. So Lord, I'm gonna give you a plethora. You could just look at examples as Job. Job is a prime example, man. And even Yahweh Shai. He forsook things and what? Look, it led to what? Him being back to the right side of the Father. John 17 goes into that. Father, I glorify thee on earth. Restore me with the glory what I had with thee before the earth was formed. We trying to get to that estate too. We try to be a part of that first resurrection. The sons of God being restored back to the estate that they had with Yahweh Shai before the earth was formed, man. But it's for his namesake. So these sufferings, we got to be, when you come with the mindset of, instead of being in a woe is me and always praying to Lord, allow me to escape these sufferings. I always think about the pre-Shar said it. Ask the Lord to allow you to endure these sufferings because you understand that these sufferings are a necessity for your walk. That's you embracing them. And let me get that word embracing. Because we're saying it, but let's get it. Because it's going to be embrace. Slack. And these ain't giving too many good ones. Let me just go to the Google definition. Let's see what the Google definition says. Ooh, these some good ones. We're gonna look at them. It says we're gonna go to verse definition 2. It says it's accept or support in parentheses a belief, theory, or change willingly and enthusiastically. Welcome, accept, take up, adopt, support, be in favor of, back, champion, espouse. Reject is the opposite. So instead of being in a rejecting like mindset, ask the Lord to allow you to escape it. Ask the Lord to allow you to embrace it and endure it. Because you got to understand that these sufferings, you got to go through them. You got to go through them. To get to the why, you got to go through the sufferings. Then even with you going through the sufferings, the Lord is what? He's forming you, bro. He's molding you. Those sufferings are meant for molding. The elects, at least. Because we all suffer straight things, but we hope for the wide. Because the Lord has given us that vision. But what is having that vision, that's going to allow you to keep fighting, pushing forth the sufferings, that you also understand at the same time that these sufferings are to help me. They are going to help me. They're purging away that dross from me. And if you pray the Lord that you could endure that, because what does Scripture say? He that endures to the end shall be saved, because there's going to be sufferings. Through much tribulation should we enter into the kingdom of heaven, man. So we got to be in the spirit of embracing them. Because, and that goes for me first and foremost. You know what I'm saying? It goes for me first and foremost. Because, I've even noticed myself that I've been like, damn, bro, woe is me. You're thinking, woe is you, like, fuck, man. Fucking getting fucked up. But, bro, gotta, fuck that, man. Bite down, man. Fight, man. These sufferings, and it's really because you be looking at the sufferings as if they're bad things, but they're good. Satan fucking with you is good. Now, does it vex you? Of course it does. But we just got to understand the end result of these sufferings is to build us up, man. So I'm going to get this real quick. This be the last one. As a matter of fact, I'm going to get this, then this be the last one. This is John 15 and verse, we're going to get to the point. Really, the point is in verse 1. It says, I am the true vine, and my Father is the husbandman. Right? Every branch in me that beareth not fruit, he taketh away. And every branch that beareth fruit, he purges it that it may bring forth more fruit. So the Lord is what? Purging that branch so he could bring forth more fruit. Who are those branches? The body. That gold. He's putting more fire out of gold so it could bring forth a pure form. So think about, put yourself as in that branch. I'm that branch that's bearing some fruit. You know what I'm saying? You can see you uploading videos. You bring forth the fruits of the spirit. You know what I'm saying? Lord's will you are. You're not being a nigga. What is that going to do? That's going to cause the Lord to what? Show love upon you. And how he's going to show love? He's going to chasten you. So you could bring forth more fruit. So you could be what? Eventually a vessel that he could use to receive salvation. He wants you to, Scripture say, put on as the elect. And we put on as the elect. And at the same time, the Lord is what? Putting us in situations to show elect type hate behavior. As we always would say, flood behavior, showing upright behavior. The Lord's trying to he want to see upright behavior when we see certain stuff, man. Because we're in fucking Pride BS month. We finna see some upright behavior from brothers. Some righteous behavior. Because we're going to be disgusted with the detestable things going on. And that's a part of the sufferings. Now, this is Hebrews 12. We can get 12 and 2. It says, looking unto Yahushua, the author and finisher of our faith, who for the joy that was set before him endured the cross, despising the shame, and sat down at the right hand of the throne of the power. The Lord said that you cannot be my disciple unless you take your cross, your sufferings. So we're taking up our sufferings just like Yahushua taking them up. But Yahushua embraced his suffering because he understands these were needed. Pursuing in Hebrews 2, he was made complete through his sufferings. Perfect. Our catching our salvation was made perfect through suffering. He understood that. So he didn't shun the sufferings. He understood that. What Paul Escobar tells us all the time. The Lord called you to suffer. Why? Because through us coming in to suffer, that's going to bring forth what? That form, that gold. It's going to bring forth, why I just did a comparison. As gold trying to fire is acceptable men in the furnace of adversity. The Lord called us to go through that furnace of adversity because it's going to bring forth that acceptable men in his eyes. Not in the eyes of nobody else, in his eyes. In the eyes of the Lord. When we finish this walk, Akim, Lord, and be those men, the Lord's going to see himself in us. And he's really, and then that's going to lead to what? New body. Because really the end of the walk going to be when we on the chariot. When we're on the chariot, new body. 1 Corinthians 15, new body. The new covenant. But the thing is, the Lord already ordained this before the foundations of the earth, man. This is not something that he just started doing. It was already preordained. That's why it's beautiful. You know what I'm saying? The elder here in Dallas, Bon Shapat, always keeps saying to pray. Keep your medicine strong, prayer. Because prayer shows your trust and confidence in the Lord. I'm over walking around talking like a motivational speaker. But now I'm just, just trying to exhort you brothers. Exhorting myself. Like we got to fight, bite down, push through, bro, and embrace these sufferings because we know these sufferings going to lead to salvation. We ain't suffering for no reason. We suffering for his name's sake. We just read it in Matthew 19. We ain't like these other niggas. He let go of his woman. He let go of this and all that to get 6 figures here. He let go of all this to get to the NBA. He did all this shit. Scriptures say, and Paul said it. He said, all strive mastery, but they must be temperate. They strive for a corruptible crown, but us an incorruptible crown. We're doing the same things they're doing, but we're striving for an incorruptible crown because we sacrificing things in the name of Yahweh Shai, man. And with us doing that, that's going to lead to salvation. And the Lord's going to give us those things back and, man, unthinkable. But it all first started was embracing the suffering. Yahweh Shai, he embraced the suffering. He didn't run from it. He didn't, I can't, no. No, he embraced it. We know what happened in the garden when he asked the Lord, hey, if it be thy will, take that cup away, but nevertheless, let thy will be done. Let thy will be done. Yeah, I might, it's getting a little hot right now. It's kind of, if you can't take it away, but nevertheless, then the will was, he had to go through with it. Yeah, I was shot and he didn't get offended and, the Lord had him go through with it. He embraced it. I was just like, it is what it is. This is what's needed to get me back at the right side of thy Father. And we the same way. You keep brothers, we saying we want to be joint heirs with Yahushua. And really, we just want to receive salvation. We saying we just want to receive salvation, but you don't want to embrace the sufferings. If you think about it in life, if you want to get somewhere, you got to, what is Nike say? No pain, no gain. Come on now. If you don't want to go through the pain, you're going to get the gain. And you got to understand that pain is needed. And you got to embrace the pain because if you embrace it, it's going to allow you to cope with it more. And the scriptures is a mechanism that can comfort you through your sufferings. With the fire, when you got all that fire on you, put it out with the water. There's scriptures. But I'm going to jump down, though. I'm going to jump down to verse 6. It says, Hebrews 12:6, for whom the Lord loveth, he chasteneth and scourges every son whom he receiveth. Because those chastening and scourges are going to do what? That's going to make us what? Without the chastening, well, prime example, look at the world. Look at the niggas that the Lord doesn't really, he don't chasten. Shit, let alone they even understand what's going on. They don't even understand what's going on. The Lord chastening by the curses, bottom line, the Israelites. But since the Lord's not chastening them, whipping them, scourging them, and doing those things, they're not what? Apprehending their ways. They're not offending less. They're just being bigger niggas. But the elect, Lord, want to be those men. We are what? Apprehending our ways. trying to offend less, repenting, asking the Lord, it's bringing out a character that is bringing out a person, a man, woman, but you feed sisters, bringing out, but it's bringing out a man that is going to, as the Lord said, I should make a man more precious than fine gold. That's what it's bringing out. That man is going to be precious, more precious than fine gold. Don't you want to be that man? Because that man is more precious than fine gold. What's going to make him more precious than fine gold? His confidence and faith in Yahweh Shai. That's what's going to make him more precious than fine gold. Because him having that confidence and faith in Yahweh Shai is going to allow the Lord to work those miracles when he need them. Because those miracles are going to lead to what? Him receiving salvation. Because what it says? It said that the flood came not. The flood is wicked. My bad. The scriptures say that these things came for the wicked. We're in the time where the Lord's from the plague, this place. It's in all type of calamities, destruction, woe. World War III, these things are coming for the wicked. So they're not going to mess with the elect. And the Lord's going to make sure that doesn't happen. He's going to make sure that the elect don't get touched. Psalms 91. 1,000 at thy side, 1,000 at thy other side. It shouldn't come nigh thee. You read in the NLT, it says that should no evil conquer thee, man. But backtracking it back. And any new brothers coming in, man. New brothers, we gotta be in the spirit of embracing this suffering, man. Embracing it. Because I'm a victim of not embracing it. Oh, it's me, feeling hurt, y'all down. You gotta embrace it, man, because not everybody gets to suffer for Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai. Think about it like that. Not everybody gets to suffer for Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai. You have to be given the opportunity to suffer for his name's sake. Embrace it. Because if you don't embrace it, he will take it away. Con, I'm going to keep reading. I said, Con, 414, call Allah Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai, man. I'm going to keep reading. This is Hebrews 12 and 6 again. From whom the Lord loveth, he chasteneth and scourges every son whom he receiveth. The Lord loves you. He going to chasten you, man. So embrace those ass whoopings. He loves those. That's him. That's way of showing he love you. The Master Universe is showing he loving you by whooping your ass. Because those ass whoopings are going to lead to your ass being more obedient. And eventually going to lead to you what? Fulfilling the lot of receiving salvation. Verse 7. If ye endure chastening, Yahweh Shai dealeth with you as with sons. For what son is he whom the Father chasten not? But if ye be without chastisement, wherefore all are the partakers, wherefore all are partakers, then ye are bastards and not sons. So the Lord don't know your ass. He don't love you. You ain't getting chastened. That's these niggas. That's why scripture say, let the multitude perish that was born in vain. The Lord ain't chastening their ass. He don't care about them. Yeah, they're his Israelites, but they're going to come back in the kingdom through the ones of the elect. The Lord ain't worried about them right now. He worried about his elect. And we want to be those men. Now I want to jump down into verse 10. It says, for they verily for a few days chastened us actually, no, my bad. Verse 9, Salakia. I ain't jumping. I was going to jump down, but this thing is bad, man. This is a bad chapter. It's verse 9. It says, verse 8. Yeah, verse 9. It says, furthermore, we have had fathers of our own flesh, which corrected us, and we gave them reverence. Should we not much rather be in subjection unto the Father of spirits and live? Exactly. A father of the flesh gave us reverence. You honor your father. For your father whooping your ass, you would have been a gangster. Well, guess what? The Lord whooping your ass so you wouldn't be a missile food. So you won't be the dross of the nation of Israel. You'll be the good part. So you got to you should be much more subjection and exalting to the Father and his Son. All right, verse 10, for verily, for a few days they chastened us after their own pleasure, but he for our profit, right, that we might be partakers of his holiness. So think about that. He's chastening you so you could receive salvation. So you could receive those 100-folds. Not for him. Yahweh Shai, he ain't doing it for him. Oh, it's for my... No. It's so you could benefit from it. And at the same time, he's going to benefit from it too. Because what? You're going to be doing what he created us to do. I mean, we're going to be doing... It's going to lead to you being part of those sons. That's going to be the beginning forwarding of what he created us to do. But at the end of the day, the Lord wanted, he could easily raise up anything. He said, I could have raised up stones on Abraham. So the Lord don't need us. He don't need us to forward his legacy. He don't need us to even be the physical counterpart on earth. He don't need us to do that. He don't. He's the master universe. He created. He don't need us to do that. He wants us to do that. As these hoes will try to say, I want you to do this. Bitch, shut up. The only one that got that type of power is the Lord. You know what I'm saying? The Lord don't need us. He wants us to be that physical counterpart. And what you understand that, the Lord is giving you the opportunity to suffer for his name's sake, man. You gotta think about that, bro. You're suffering for his name's sake, not for your own purpose, for the purpose of the Lord's will being. It's a lot. But we're gonna keep going. This is verse. Let me see where I was at. Yeah, we're gonna read verse 11. It says, now no chastening. Yeah. So here it is. Verse 10. For verily for a few days chasten us after their own pleasure, but he for our profit, that we may be partakers of his holiness. For that's the goal. We want to be partakers of his holiness, man. Verses 11. Now no chastening for the present moment seemeth to be joyous, but grievous. So the Lord acknowledges the fact that, like, of course, when you get your ass whooped, it don't feel good. I ain't telling you to be getting your ass whooped, you know what I'm saying? You, Jake, I know. Of course, when you get your ass whooped, it doesn't feel good. Of course it doesn't. But have the spirit of understanding. This ass whooping is needed for me to receive salvation. Embrace the ass whooping. You got to embrace it. Not being a war with me, try to run away from it. I don't want them. You know what I'm saying? We need to be corrected. We in the damn flesh. Keep going. It says, now no chastening for the present seems to be joyous, but grievous. But listen to this. Nevertheless, after you've been chastened, you endured it. It's a key word. You got to endure his chastening. You endured his chastening. You endured his love. You embraced the suffering. The result of it afterwards, after you got through it, right? Afterward, it yieldeth the peaceable fruit of righteousness unto them which are exercised thereby. So you're going to bring forth those peaceable fruit of righteousness. That branch is going to bear fruit and do what it's supposed to do, lead to it not being cut off. And it's going to lead to what? Receiving salvation, man. So, Lord is edifying, feeds you, lamb and cheese of Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai. Start looking at it as embracing the sufferings and being thankful and giving our praise to the Lord that you able to be counted worthy to suffer for his name's sake. Because he could have chose anybody else to suffer for his name's sake. You've been given an opportunity to receive salvation. To store up for yourself treasures up in heaven. Not everybody been given that opportunity, man. So instead of whining about the suffering, embrace them sufferings. Because those sufferings are needed for us to receive salvation. The reason I'm bringing this out to the spirit, because I've just been meditating on it. You know, the heat been getting turned up right now. But we just got to embrace it because it's needed. This is the finishing touches of us being in those new bodies and us receiving salvation. Lord, want to be those men, women, and children, man. So Lord, is edified through the power and spirit of Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai and feeds you lemon sheets of Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai. I want to end up with saying, call Allah Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai Bahashim Achakwadash. When they get double honor to the apostle of the great millstone, Lord, and feeds you lemon sheep, and to y'all say shalom, man.